Hey guys, and welcome back to the next video. Today we want to talk about why, in my opinion, the last update was one of the best balance-wise Supercell ever did. We're not talking about Legend League or any of the other features, we're just talking about the balance aspect of the game, the current meta, and overall, in my opinion, the health of the game when it comes down to Tower 12 players that want to compete against each other. And this, in my opinion, was one of the best updates which Supercell did so far. Today I want to talk about why it is, in my opinion, and at the same time we will watch a couple of replays of our last attacks in Tribe Academy, because as soon as the week finished, I will show all of it, or most of the attacks from Tribe Gaming as well. But right now I will wait so no one can copy our attacks to gain some free stars, which is kind of obvious. So first, we have to jump onto a different screen, because you guys can see in the forums right now, there's every single month Onyx, who is putting out always like an unofficial ranking, which means he's getting all of the data together and, well, getting all of the information together to make some really nice lists to add the information as soon as possible to get those ranks for Champion 1, 2, and 3, which is a huge work and super cool for all of the players who are out there and competing at the top and trying to see where am I at right now, because Supercell is only sharing the end results, so it's not they're not sharing the way to get there or anything. It's only after day 7, and he's updating the list every single day, which is super cool. So on this list, there are a couple of links and lists at the same time where you can see different stuff. For example, on this one, you can see all of the groups and the clans who are facing each other. But the most important thing about this is, if you're scrolling down to the bottom, like this, there's a strike list, which means pretty much it's a hit rate list for Champion 1. And you can see over there the hit rates for this month and the success rate of 3 stars, etc., which is super interesting because you can compare them with older results, which means with March, with June, with whatever you pretty much want. So it's really easy to compare with the Town 12 got too easy, got changed, and you can get a lot of information out of that. So we jump back to the game, and I will get into the attacks now. But at the same time, I still want to talk about the what happened pretty much, because I will show you the old from before the update. This was from before. We had around about 8.8% success rate for triples, which means it's around, let's say, 10%, which means 1 out of 10 attacks was a triple in June, which isn't too much. In Champion 1, this is only based on Champion 1. It's not based on Champion 2, 3, or overall ranking or whatever. It's only for Champion 1, 12, V12. That's it, pretty much. So that were the old statistics, and those are the new ones. And we see it is there's the hit rates are getting higher. That's true. But at the same time, why are they not getting way higher? For example, we saw yesterday in Tribe Gaming, we went 10 out of 15, which means out of 15 attacks, we had 10 triples. And now we come to the point where, or why I think it was one of the best updates ever, because before the update, the difference between someone who's trying to be good at the game and just using the army which is strong at the moment and pretty easy to use, for example, P.E.K.K.A Smash, is at the same time similar good as someone who's a pro, who's really good at the game and has so much knowledge about the game, using Queen Charge, Hawk, Lalo, whatever, using the army which is good for the base and not the army which is good for every base. And this difference got really big in comparison to good and not that good players, which is, in my opinion, a good thing, because whenever you should be possible to show your skills in the game. And the new hero levels with the Warden and King Queen benefited the most for strategies like Queen Charge, Miner, Hawks, Lalo, overall Sui Lalo, Mass Hawks, all those strategies where you actually need to take a look at the base and create your plan and Not like, oh yeah, that's a base, I will use P.E.K.K.A Smash. We saw that times and times again in Poland. Like there were clans in Poland that they should have never been there, like skill wise, not on a personal level. But and I think this will make the game even greater going forward, making or like benefiting the players who are willing to take the risk to try something more risky. Like not a P.E.K.K.A Smash, which is nearly always 2 stars. They're going for Queen Charge, Minor, Lalo, whatever. When we are taking a look at the attacks yesterday from Tribe Gaming, or like I will tell you about that, I think we did 1 or 2 P.E.K.K.A Smash as well. Like there's always a base which is working really good for P.E.K.K.A Smash. It's a really good strategy. I'm just talking about the players who are always opting into P.E.K.K.A Smash. It doesn't, like when you're seeing a Poland clan which is always using P.E.K.K.A Smash, that's not the high level of this game. I can understand that someone is only playing one strategy. That's not the idea of the game. The idea of the game is that you have to outsmart your opponent base, like defense and offense wise, and that's the fun of the game at the same time as well. And with this change, like I said, it completely changes the dynamic of the game, like with the strength of the strategies, because P.E.K.K.A Smash didn't got a nerf or anything, just the other strategies got way more or way bigger of a buff, which means they're really more more benefiting to use in that sense. So that's super cool, and that's why I think it was one of the best updates so far. I'm really hyped to see the next season in Poland, because I think it will be one of the most competitive ones we had so far. So that's something I'm looking forward to. I'm super hyped about that. And yeah, just if you guys want to go with the meta, kinda try those new stuff like Masshawk, Queen Charge Lalo, Sui Lalo, Queen Charge Hawks, like all those good things out there, which is in the beginning, I can like tell you, you will in the beginning start to fail. That's completely normal. But at the same time, you can, if you train those strategies, you will get way better as when you stick to your spam E-Drag or P.E.K.K.A Smash strategies. Not saying that those strategies are better or anything, but there's always base, like you have to watch the base and then decide what you tech you're using. So that's the main message of this video I want to tell you guys, and why I think it was one of the best updates we had so far when it comes down to balance. So that's why I'm super hyped for the next qualifier. I think it will be great. We will see some really good clans out there, and I think it will be the most competitive one we had so far. So that is going to be amazing. We will see many Sui Lalo, Queen Charge Lalo, Hawk attacks, whatever. So that will be super cool. And now we will take a look at the last remaining attacks. We have this one from Jay, really nice Queen Charge Hawk attack. The attack before that you saw, we did a P.E.K.K.A Bobat attack as well. Like I said, when the base is fitting, go with it. Go with it whenever you want, but like not every single time. That's pretty much my point. Jay in the end is getting it done. Really close, but I mean, triple is a triple. That's how it works. And then one last attack. I did that yesterday in the stream. The pretty much like a kind of like a Mass Hawk, but it's more, I don't know, kind of Mass Hawk, Kill Squad Hawk, I don't know, something like that. I'm using all of my 3 heroes to get rid of the Town Hall, the enemy heroes, and the Fern Tower. Whenever you have something stacked like this next to the Town Hall, it's always getting really not easy, but like really nice when it comes down to value when you take this out pretty easily. The funnel wasn't really expensive or anything, so everything came together. I needed 2 wizards to funnel the flanks, which is pretty much nothing, so 8 housing space. Then the ram, the 3 heroes, and I have 48 Hawk Riders for the rest of the base with 5 field spells. And this is crazy. Like the base, I think, is completely max defense wise. Not all of the Hawks, all of the walls are max, but well, for Hawks it doesn't really matter. So coming in with all of the Hawks, the giant bombs were, I think, around the Town Hall just to make sure that P.E.K.K.A Smash attacks are getting like weakened as soon as the troops are jumping out of the compartment. And well, just healing the Hawks through all of the damage. Still 2 heal spells left. So like, I think I nearly lost no Hawks at all. At least that's how it feels. And and I don't know, I have 30 hogs left, maybe something like that. Still another heal spell left, which I don't really need for the end. But yeah, that's how you can smash bases when you're taking a deeper look at the base and making a decision based on the layout of the enemy. And this for me always will be the main thing about Clash of Clans, that you have to like outsmart your opponent on a defense or an offense level, which is super cool. And yeah, looking forward to the qualifier this month. I think it will be super cool to see all of the clans out there. I think there won't be too many P.E.K.K.A Smash clans this time, so that's a good thing in my opinion. And yeah, that was pretty much it for this video. One last question, and I would love you guys to tell me that down below in the description, because, or like in the comments, because I want to know whether you guys feel the same way. Do you say, well, that sucks, I wanted to be at the top with my P.E.K.K.A Smash, and I don't like it that the gap between like someone who's using P.E.K.K.A Smash and the top players got bigger? Or do you say, yeah, that's for me pretty much the same. I think the game should support the players who are using creative strategies to try to outsmart the defense. And let me know what your thought on this point is, and we will see you in the next video. See you guys.